Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Movie Critic Rob here with the Movie Channel, and today we're going to be talking about 5-minute movie review style about Fate of the Furious, which is the newest movie of the Fast and Furious franchise. This one's directed by F. Gary Gray and brings in the likes of Charlize Theron and a few other players like Kurt Russell into the bunch. This is kind of, if you know anything about F. Gary Gray previously did The Italian Job, which brought together Jason Statham, Charlize Theron, Mark Wahlberg, and this was kind of a reunion for them, and as well as one other player, which he plays the Russian diplomat who's involved in this plot as well. I don't remember his name. But this story, how does it mesh, and how does it compare to the last 7 installments of the Fast and Furious franchise? Well, let's find out. So the first thing I want to talk about is what's the story? Well, the story, I'm glad to say, is, for once, a very character-driven narrative, and it's all about Dominic Toretto. Without going into spoilers, as this is a spoiler-free review, I just want to say that it's a very well-done, character-driven plot, which I know, it doesn't sound like a Fast and Furious movie, but it is. Don't worry, for those of you who like the fast action and the awesome locations and everything that goes along with Fast and Furious, you're going to get it, and you do here. But F. Gary Gray manages to give us one of the most heartfelt, I dare say it's even more heartfelt than Fast and Furious 7, which saw the disappearance or the going away of Brian after the actor's death, Paul Walker. But this movie does give us some really, really good stuff, and it does center around, like I said, the core of Dominic Toretto. It's really a character study of Dominic Toretto, which is really interesting. And Charlize Theron provides an amazing catalyst to not only him, but the rest of the members of the team. The positives of the story. Tyrese Gibson is just amazing. Some of the jokes he's able to pull off in this movie are ridiculous. And the action is also ridiculous, which is one of the staples of the franchise. And to really enjoy this movie, you really have to just shut your brain off to, the obvious outlandish things that they do, but that's part of the fun of the franchise. And I think that it's not Oscar-worthy material, but it's fun and it's good. And I really loved it. My mom loved it. She went with me, and it was a really, really fun ride, and we all enjoyed it. One of the best scenes involves Jason Statham, and it's towards the end of the movie. I'm going to leave it there. It's a fight, but it's great juxtaposition, which shows what you can do when you really know your craft and you take a hold of a franchise like this that already has established characters. You get to play with that formula, and it is done really well here. What are the negatives? Well, the negatives are what really the negatives are for a lot of the Fast and Furious movies, especially the last 4, the last 4, or the last 3 or 4. It is outlandish at times, and I wish that it wasn't as outlandish, because a lot of the stuff they do, while it is outlandish, it doesn't go to that point of this wouldn't happen. Some of the stuff, it's plausible, it's possible, and yeah, it could happen, but they go a little bit too far sometimes, and that kind of takes you out of the experience, I'm not going to lie. But I'm glad to say that those moments are few and far between, and most of the action is really good, immersed in great character. So let's final thoughts this thing. At the end of the day, it's a really, really good start to the summer. It's a really good start to, just because, the January to March, we haven't really started the movie-going year, although there have been some good ones like Split, which I have not seen, and Get Out, which I have not seen either. The movie business begins here now, and this is a great entry to the movie-going experience at large, and I really recommend that you go see this, because it's a fun ride. It's one of the most hilarious movies I've ever seen in a while. And it's because of the jokes, not because of, things that they do wrong. Good action. What's there, you have to expect that. Great characters, great character development. I know, shocker, right? And I really recommend this movie. So, without further ado, let's wrap this thing up. If you like this review, like it up, comment up. If you have any thoughts, if you've already seen the movie, let me know what you thought. If you haven't seen the movie, give me your impression of what you think the movie's going to be like based on what I just told you. Share this video and subscribe. I'm one away from 30, guys. One away from 30. We got to start somewhere, and the pillars are building. Let's do this. This has been Movie Critic Rob with the Movie Channel, and as always, I'm signing off.